Hi everybody, I'm here at the Dingwall Auction Mart today, plant and implement sale. It's a bit of a blustery day, but never mind. Let's have a look at what's on offer. It's a large site covering many acres, but let's start here. These items are laid out and people come and view them over a few days. The auction is online and this is a viewing day. So I'll just scan down and around. You've got your plant trailers, caravans, more sheep or pig trailers. Lots of nice trailers in fact, different types of sizes. I'm looking for a trailer myself, a twin wheel with carrying capacity, something that size or smaller. This one isn't quite doing it for me. It's not great condition, looks a bit worn. However, price is a determining factor, but I want a trailer that I can see out the back of my car when I reverse, which I can't with my small trailer at present. Something decent, however. Horse box, several of those here. Flatbed trailer. That has a nice crane on the end, very handy. Small plant trailers, camping ones. Large ones, much too large for most applications. Plant trailer for smaller diggers. This one over here. It's got the right hitch on for me. IFA, so it's a good one, not that old. Tyres are in good condition. I don't think it's a tipping one. Just have a quick look. Can't see it has. No, it's not a tipping one. Tipping trailers always carry a premium price also. It's a little big. You certainly get a lot of items in there. Yeah, it's nice, but I think it's going to be too expensive. There's a rigid boat. Two powerful engines at the rear, very nice. I'm sure that will go for a decent price. Great fun though. Trailer not so wonderful, but I guess that's expected. Tyres in poor condition though. A selection of pickups, etc. VW Transporter. Nice Land Rover Defender. Let's have a closer look. Details, service history, yep, very nice. Fetch a pretty penny these. Yes, nice colour, black. Yeah, nice body too. The owners looked after that. It'll go for good money for sure. Another transporter. Perhaps a little worn. A Mitsubishi Barbarian. Says as a new starter and other things. Yep, very nice. Toyota Land Cruiser. Looks in good order. Nice big nudge bar on it. Two more Mitsubisis. Somebody's souped up little buggy, Suzuki. Interesting, but not my sort of thing. Ford Ranger, limited edition, very nice. This auction is not heavy on cars. Don't know what the reserve would be on this. Very nice. Vibrant colour, bit too fire engine red for me though. Then some vans. Peugeots. Hatchback. And then some Vauxhall minivans. So this here is the actual hall where all the cattle and livestock would be. Into another shed as well. Quite vast. But none today. Anyway, we're heading out into the implement sale, see what there is. Slide on through here. Got the sweet smell of cow manure in the background, but that's all part of the fun. So here is some of the equipment they have. A nice little bobcat there. I quite like bobcats. Doesn't look very old, that one. Too small for me, but handy for little places and so on. At least that one doesn't tend to fall over, and I don't know if it's got the expandable tracks on there. May do. Very nice. And then we've got a skylift. And what do we got here? We've got a little Toyota forklift. That would be a handy little thing. I wonder what that would go for. Who knows, I might look up what the reserve price on that is. Oh, very nice. JCB loader, is it? I believe they're called. Again, very handy piece of equipment. Nice little tractor. What's that? A little... I'm not up on my tracks. Is that a little Massey? I'm not sure. No, it's a Sakura. Right, not sure about that. It looks in tip-top condition though. Yes, it's got a bit of surface rust, but you know, not everything's all rusted out. Very nice. Handy little thing to have. And you've got some rain protection too. Very nice. Ooh, Alice Chalmers. Now that's an old one. Ah, that's more like it. Look at the size of that. Yes. Meaty tyres. So what else have we got over here? Looks like, is it a Thwaites, is it? Yeah, Thwaites. Looks like a 6-tonner to me. Get a lot of spoil into that. Yeah, that's far too big. Not too big to have, but too big for anything I need. Anyway, I bet that goes for about, what, a couple of thousand, 2.5, something like that. We'll see. Very nice excavator. Is that a Cabelco? Not sure what that is. Let's have a look around this side. 70 SI. Oh, Cabelco. There we go. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, well looked after, that one. The cab's in good condition, that. Yeah, nice metal tracks. Then we've got a small digger, small JCB, well used, but still plenty of life in it. Tracks aren't too bad, they look about 30-70, 70-30 I should say. Ah, sorry, I beg your pardon, it's a Caterpillar. See, I don't even know my JCBs. Of course they're all much of a much. And then we've got another nice tractor here. Very nice. Some nice big trailers for muck and transportation. A couple of extended forks. That must be the auctioneer's load up. What have we got down here? We've got a selection of farm trailers and a road sweeper. Well, you don't find that on a farm, but who knows, might be good for clearing up the muck. A maniscopic. Yeah, again, got some life in it, but that goes reasonably cheap. Don't know how good they are if they break down, depends what goes wrong with them I suppose. And then we've got a selection of trailers there. And then in the far corner I can see they have some wood and just some other little items here. So I'm now just going to scan around here. So we're in the countryside here on a breezy day. So in these lines they have the smaller equipment and unused things that come from farms and just general swap outs. So let's have a wander up and down one or two of them, see what we can find. So, checkered plate there. The end here is also one of these field, I forget what they're called, but I always had a dinky toy of this one. And what we've got here, a little roller. Now that would be an interesting purchase. Well unused. What's in the hole? Just a rusty hole. Yeah, interesting little motor on it though. Yeah, that's definitely one of the old rollers for the roads and what have you. I think we'll leave that. Some nice big rollers there. You need some pretty hefty machines to move these around your farms. Okay, let's wander on down this way. Rollers. Looks like some plough blades there. Grass cutters or whatever they are. Another one of those other cutters. And then of course the sheep holes or whatever they are. Looks like some hitch there for a digger. Swivel hitch of some sort. Some tine moves the grass around. I'm not a farmer, so I'm not up on the names for these things, hoppers and what have you. And then of course you get things that, as I say, are untouched. The tanks. So over the years I've bought a few bits and pieces, if they've been cheap enough. But one thing you do find that when you're up in the Highlands is that it used to be, everybody used to congregate here. It's online now, but they used to come here, and it used to be quite a social gathering, and you'd have about 100 people surrounding this bit, and you couldn't get to be noticed by the auctioneer, which was a bit strange, but anyway, there you go. So we're going to go over here. Looks like some timber there, so we'll skip on that. Although some decent lengths. No, they've all gone. No, a little whacker plate. That would certainly punch down all that aggregate. I wonder how much that is. What do we got here? Some chutes, builder's chutes, fork extensions, scaffolding. Ah, that's the tiles on my house. Yeah. That's the tiles on a house. You don't want a pallet of tiles then?
No.
No.
I was looking at the gates. They're rather pretty.
The gates?
Yeah.
Oh, some wrought gates.
Gates.
Yes. All right for suburbia.
Yes.
I bet they go cheap.
I don't know. They're quite popular.
Old bunker, an old plough, and other things, implements. Well-used pallet truck. We've got here a compressor. duct pipe, manhole covers, twine. Looks like some sort of Velux type windows there. Are those standoffs for? There might be standoffs for the sheet rods for reinforced concrete. I'm not sure. Look, that's what they look like anyway. So some things are bundled in together. You can see some pipe here with some netting. So if you wanted the netting, you have to buy the pipe. That's the old reinforcement. The crate. Some nice hydraulic stuff. I'll stand to one side in case it squirts out. Gosh, cost a fortune to buy. Can't think of anything to use to jack anything up with that. There we go. Ventilation blowers, a small jack. Capacity 10 tons. Oh, that's a small one. It's the sort of thing, this though, that people tend to go a lot for, and I've seen things like this. People have bought this more than they are brand new, and they're you know, obviously used. That one's not in bad condition. Interesting thing to note though, that everything is brought outside, and if it rains, snows or whatever, then it starts to rust, obviously. So it's been indoors, and then it will spend 2 to maybe up to 2 weeks outside as it's all collected for the auction. So it's just one of those things when you can't put it inside. Just on this side to the right, grazing bits and pieces. Generally it's predominantly farm. Sometimes you get sort of private entries, but they are rare. Plenty of rolls of wire, and they go relatively cheap. Now I could have done with a few lengths of that myself, but again, well, there's a couple of lengths down there. I mean, you'd have to pay for someone to deliver that, and where I live it would be quite expensive. What's that, a plate to drive over for a hole, off-cut plate. Ooh, post puncher. Ooh, that was brand new. I'm missing on the left hand side, so I better just instead of going up and down, I'm just going to go left to right. Transformers there, all kinds of things. Scales, cutters, piles of wood. People will sell items here. Pallet trucks, cement mixers, a ladder there. I mean, that's a useful thing, but again, you just have to watch the prices. Oh, there's a little little sky lift type thing. It's called a pop-up. I don't think I've seen one that small. An auger attachment there. Yeah. Some drinking trough. Okay, wheels some jacks there. Not the type I like, by the way. Oh, what's that there? Wow. Yeah. Yeah, all getting rusty. Some wire, more pallet trucks. Some trestles over on the left-hand side. Again, farm equipment. Power take-off stuff. And we've got some sort of hopper things up here. They seem to have a plethora of pallet trucks today. So far I'm not seeing anything that takes my fancy, but you could definitely pick yourself up a cheap pallet truck, and when I wanted one, could I find one? And now they're on a penny here. So on the left hand side, some implements again, all farm stuff. Tanks here, I mean these are great for collecting water, and I think at some point I might be tempted, but not at the moment. We have plenty of water on our land. It's about getting rid of it rather than storing it. Somebody's done some private metalwork here, very good, using chains and what have you. Yes, and a sprocket wheel there. Yeah, very good. So somebody's taken some time and trouble to produce all of that. Yeah, it's quite a magnificent thing that. And I do like the use of the chain. That's quite ingenious. A stag's head there, made out of chain. Yeah, very good. What's in this bag next to it? Not sure what that is. No, can't see. Some specialist bit of equipment. Some toolbox. Let's have a look and see if there's any. Oh, some bits and pieces in there. It's all to do with fencing, so strainers and what have you. Scoops and bits, pipes and slate tiles. Not sure what that is. Some insulated panels there. Something that looks as though somebody changed their mind on. That's the post puncher, so I suppose that will definitely knock your posts in, that's for sure. Some benches. I just scan up there. Nothing. Some skips that they use obviously with the forks. We're going to cut through here now. Some more iron gates. Hydraulic bits and pieces. Yeah, I suppose that would go for next to nothing unless somebody sees something that they particularly want. What do we got here? We got some chippers here. Oh, an Elliott Maestro. And then the Tomahawk Pro chipper. So these have spent their days outside. They probably still run, but I don't know, pretty well used. Oh, some lions. Put those on your gate post. What's that, a little cultivator there, rotor cultivator. Anvil over here. And they're always handy anvils. Not the best one I've seen here. I think I can do better than that. There's a parts washer over there by the looks of it, and that looks like a motorcycle ramp if I'm not mistaken. Lift. Interesting. Okay, we'll wander on down here. We've got some kind of heavy duty battering system. Somebody failed to hand back the Tesco trays. What do we got here? That's interesting. That's the sort of stuff I'm currently looking for. A roll of that. What's that? Number 406. Yeah, I mean that's about £140 plus VAT. Yeah, just there, and obviously the wire as well. Yeah, 406. I'll remember that one. Got that little plastic tub. Some little wheels. Little plough. People have that for ornaments. I'm after a great big tarp. So what we've got here, we've got a selection of heavy duty process. Lots of hard helmets. some wire rope, chimney sweeping, shovels, more strapping, some fuel cans. What's that over there? That looks like a woodworking price. Let's have a look at here. Oh, I don't think there's anything in there. No. Yeah, not the best place for it. Garden care. Weights, Swarfiga, always handy. How about one of those? What else have we got here? So sometimes you find old equipment that people have made and use it for something. No, I'm not actually sure what that is. Nope. What does that do? It's got voltage and great big motor on it, and other than that, I have no idea. Handy storage container. Very lot for that. More tanks. Portaloo. Assuming that there's no one in there. What's this here? This looks like a... Oh yes, that looks like a shot blaster, a sand blaster. Might be worth something. Lot 375. I'll think about that. Some more of these pallets with the surrounds. Never seen so many of those before. I'm going to cut through here. Some more chain blocks, some heavy duty chain blocks. Yeah, they can pull some weight. What's that, a 5,000 kg one, that one? When you need one, you'd pay a lot for it. Ah, there's another anvil. Yep, handy things. Some more, plenty of skip tips. Let's move over on the left. Food tables or preparation tables. Post hammer. What do we got over here? Saddle. Very nice. Ah, that's a better looking anvil. Lot 463, that's a better looking one. Some meaty chains. Pick up canopies. Wood. What do we got here? Looks like some... Oh, that's a log splitter here. Put the copy decks there. Parts cleaner. Yeah, that's definitely just been ripped out. Handy thing that. Wonder what that will go for. Steel cabinets, but they're all rusty and more rust to follow. Let's skip across here. Looks like a washer there, industrial washer. So moving on down here, there's some absolutely fantastic bits of what appears to be oak slabs here. I mean, that's one heck of a tree. Lovely. Very nice. You can make a whole table out of that, although it will suffer terribly from a shake. And then of course your firewood there. Going price for firewood. Some nice seasoned timber there. Now, what have we got here? a handy little machine. A little motorised dumper, one that you actually sit on. Interesting, I bet that jolts around. A Kubota. Rammers. That looks like some little crane winch to go on the back of a trailer or something. Again, if you're into lifting things frequently, then it's an ideal thing. Some sort of grass cutter or mulcher, I'm not quite sure what that is. What on earth is this over here? You put something in it. Ooh. Oh. I didn't see the handle. I can see it's a jet washer with a very large tank. Is that... Obviously it's a commercial version on a sled. Yeah, interesting. More firewood. Another canopy. Buckets. Yeah, quick hitch one. Yeah, not bad at all. Don't think I'm in the market for any of those. Some cement mixers, well used. Whistle up this line, just pick up the pace a bit. Little trailer, little bits of scaffolding. Various implements. You should have seen some of the things that I've seen here. We've got a stove, a sink, tools, a little generator, a little cutter, concrete cutter, a little shed here, another hen house I would imagine. Somebody will make those and try to sell them. A selection of large digger buckets, very nice. More wood here. Cap from a digger, a towing eye, not cheap. I wonder how much that would go. Lot number 699. Okay, we're going to wander over here. We've got a selection of quads. What's that? Polaris's, lawnmowers, old Suffolks, strimmers, little diggers, and of course you've got to bear in mind that you're buying these and there's no warranty. Handy tool though. Let's have a nice odd whack there. Husqvarna, very nice. Yeah, possibly. Little tippers. The Polaris and the quads. They're all going to be well used. Yeah, not a huge selection here. As for these things, I'm just not sure about these things, in so much as that without trying them, you don't know if they're going to work or not, and then you could run into lots of expenditure. I would rather go and try one, know that it works properly, and pay the little bit more. But I suppose if you're willing to take a risk, then that's fine. Same with these things. They're probably okay. People are just moving them on, but some of them, most things people move on is because they're not working. There's some fault with them. So yeah. And again, all this sort of stuff, if a gearbox is faulty, that's a huge expenditure. Interesting little buggies though, quite like those. Little 8-wheel. I think these are amphibious, I believe. Again, I can't see myself with one of those. Handy though. So there we go. that is the implement sale of today, and not a lot of people here, but it's just a viewing day, and you could find yourself a good bargain, or you could find yourself with some trouble depending on what you purchase, and it's all at your risk. So there we go. Can't see anything that I'm itching to buy. Some things I would like to buy. A little forklift would be nice, wouldn't it? Wonder how much they go for. We'll see. We'll see. Very handy tools, forklifts. Okay guys, that's it for today. Auction day is online, and who knows, I might be tempted. Okay, thanks for watching. Appreciate that, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.